So I'm here to discuss sound bowls and dig into them a little more, some of the reasons why I got into it and any scientific stuff. So let's get started with how these sound bowls are set up. This is a considered crystal sound bowls, and they're made of quartz, which is a byproduct of the semiconductor industry. So there's 7 of these bowls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They happen to be based off of the major scale of music. And we're going to start with talking about these bowls and which one is supposed to do what. I wouldn't take that to necessarily heart of which bowl is supposed to heal what thing. That's very similar to saying that, if you eat salt, you're going to have high blood pressure. But in reality, if you have potassium, you won't. It kind of doesn't make any sense, but as we get further down the road of talking about these sound bowls in this video and further videos and my discovery of them, we'll get more into depth in what that means in the balance of things. So in this case, we're talking about these bowls, what they are, why the way they are. This is the root chakra. This is a C note in this case. Then you have D. Sacral chakra. E, solar plexus. F, this is the heart. G is the throat. A, third eye. B, the crown chakra up here above. And then back to the C, all back to the root. So again, people would know this as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. And there's not one higher, so it goes back to do, goes all the way back down the scale. So this is how these are made. And this is not by accident. This is actually the Nepalese scale. How it actually, if you look at how chakras are identified and how they're organized, they're done in that fashion. And this is the Nepalese scale, like I was saying, which starts at the bottom of, say, the root, like I said, all the way up to the crown chakra, which is up here. So no more. So that is essentially, thinking about it, like I told you, the major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, is all the way from blah, 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 all the way. You can study the chakras all you want. This isn't a chakra video. This is a sound bowl video, so do whatever you want with that. So the interesting thing about the things that we discover and call as therapies in general to me are the striking similarities that there are to the programming that we are accustomed to. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not saying that the world is a bad thing, because if anything, could I have designed everything better to work? Like I have a healthy family. I believe I'm healthy. I like the world that the way it is. So for me to believe that it's horrible and to have, without just complaining about it and have a solution, I don't have a solution. I just continuously work on rebalancing myself to create the world that I believe is the best world, or doing the best that I can within this world. And so this is kind of part of that. Used to be drums. I still play guitar, I still sing and things like that. But if you look at my older videos, I'm playing drums over here. Didn't really do a lot for me. They were fun and developmental, but they didn't do as much for me as I believe these will do and are doing already. So the next thing I want to talk about is really the overall frequencies and how we have been programmed. And I've recently done a short that went over I called it the jam or something, attention getting, whatever it is that the algorithm asked for. And really what it was me showing you, these bowls and the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, or people could say it's the ABCs. It's the same exact intervals in the major scale that make both of those songs. So if I was to go through that real quick without doing the entire thing, you know what, I can do the entire thing because it makes it more interesting to me, at least. So the A, right? Or the C, excuse me, for the root chakra. But we're gonna do, let's do Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Twinkle. But as you noticed, if I went off of that, then you're like, what happened? But satisfaction to the ear, to the mind. It's a programming. And if you really look further into that, where Twinkle Twinkle Little Star came from, it came from the Great Britain. And that was like it's a nursery rhyme that we all know very well. And it's wired into the way that we hear music, see music, and are frequencied to do so. And the other interesting aspect of that, what we just discussed, was the ABCs. So we're taught our in the form of English at least, the ABCs are what drives our educational process from the start. You know, the song A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Sing with me. Wow. Wow. You know, we're designed and programmed in the country of the United States to the program of the ABCs, or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, which is designed and formulated in the Britain. So I found it very interesting that we're programmed in that nature. And that's very awesome in the sense that it creates stability. And that's what I believe these crystal bowls offer your mind, is bringing you back into balance. And the reason I say crystal bowls, these are crystal singing bowls, and what I actually believe that is the area of which life really is, and the presence of it all, is one of the big reasons why I like these metal ones. First of all, they're not as fragile as all the stability is here. These break with very little effort. But this metal one, I don't even know how I could break it. It was built and forged by hands and hammers and fire, like granite is. And I desire this very much so. But it is not as peaceful and calming and steady, as balanced as these are. And we'll go ahead and hit it. I mean, I can go forever. It just won't stop. What if I hit this? I've got to be fragile with it, first of all. So you have that boom with this. But when you strike this, you have it just goes insane. And I consider this to be life, presence. You know, this can put you into a trance and thought. This will bring you present. It's like a bell. These are all shaped like bells for a reason. And they get your attention, but this one will grab your attention from miles away. It's chaos. This is the way that life is chaos, similar to an ocean shore where waves are crashing and rocks are being formed and the seaweed's going all directions and unknowingly where it's going. Or you watch a crab and it's just sitting there barely hanging on, or a bird in the wind. That's what the world really is. That's what it is all the time, and that's why it's so hard to stay balanced, in my opinion. And this crystal bowl is very easy to digest. But it also is a tuning. Very easy, very calming. This. The initial strike is very alarming, brings me here without a doubt. The gong, as they use in the monk monasteries. And as it calms and releases the energy and whatever frequencies in it, is very like, ooh, it just kind of dissipates and you're kind of back to square one. But if I it's like a very heavily pulsating thing, because you have multiple types of material that make these, and different people that make them, and different all sorts of energies and frequencies that go into this specific instrument, I should call it. And it competes with itself, as the world does. It's pretty interesting. It's not one big, just one shape and smooth. And someone's told me they look down in these and they're like, hey, it looks like there's water in there. Well, yeah, but I mean, it's pretty smooth, because that's what it is. It's very smooth, very manufactured by machines and things of that nature, and by quartz of the byproduct of microchip making, which programs things. This is people making this. There's a difference. So I'll close it there, and it's a long video, so if anybody sits through it, good on you. Otherwise, I might make some shorts from it to see what kind of people I can point towards this video, because I think it's pretty interesting things. Not because I'm saying it just because different way or philosophy of thinking about singing bowls and the science behind them and our culture and balance as we know it. So anyways, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. All that stuff like there. I'm not going to say namaste or anything like that. There's no need for that. Don't need to say like or subscribe. I just did. Anyways, look forward to making more random videos like this, and I'll be doing this in nature. Be looping, using my music and incorporating all this sound therapy into my guitar playing and singing and everything. So here we go. Sacral chakra. Solar plexus. F is the heart. G is the throat. A, third eye. B, the crown chakra up here above, and then back to the C, all back to the root. So again, people would know this as do,